Hello, my name is Catherine Cordovez, and this is my Pizza Magazine Creative Critical Reflection. Question 1. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups and issues? My food magazine uses a lot of common magazine conventions. My magazine has the visual style and layout of a typical pizza magazine by having an eye-catching cover as my main image. I added cover lines that say what's inside my magazine by using buzzwords like tips and fun facts. I also added the date issued on the cover and quotes in my spread to add to the magazine. My magazine challenges typical food conventions by having a light brown as my background color for my table of contents and spread. I decided to do this because the brown color would enhance my photos instead of a typical white colored background that would wash out my photographs by being so bright. Another way my magazine challenges typical food conventions is with the font I selected, which is not typical. I decided to use the font Play for Display because it adds more authentic and fun approach to how my magazine looks. My magazine has a list of fun facts, which is not a usual addition to magazine spreads. My product represents social groups by making a reliable magazine that releases different topics. I think my target audience would like my magazine because of the information that would make them feel knowledgeable after reading it. Question 2. How does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as real media? My product engages with audiences. By going for my target audience, I knew exactly what they would want. After creating an online form for what they would want from a pizza magazine, I got many suggestions and followed most so my target audience could enjoy the magazine. Finding out their age groups made me more informed about the language style used in my project. Asking what color scheme they would like to see made me able to narrow down my choices. Asking what title they would prefer made me find out the tone and style my target audience wanted. After finding out which style of cover page they would like made me learn what my target audience is most interested in. Asking what article topic they preferred made me limit all the options I had for my spread in my magazine. My product would be distributed as real media by finding out where my target audience shops for magazines and what their purchasing habits are, which creates another way for me to get an idea of where to distribute my magazine. Another way my product could be distributed is by a magazine distribution strategy, which involves advertising on a magazine with a similar target audience. Question 3. How does your production skills develop throughout this project? I have had to learn how to take good-looking pictures for this project. Without it, I wouldn't be able to otherwise. The importance of lighting and how pictures come out is something I was more conscious of when taking photographs for this project. Since it was necessary for the project, I was able to learn how to take quality pictures. Another production skill I have been able to develop was editing. I never knew how to edit pictures since it wasn't important to me. After researching and seeing different ways editing can enhance photographs, I decided to learn for this project. At first, I didn't know how all the editing options worked, so I watched videos on YouTube that explain what the iPhone editing includes. After researching, I was able to edit my photography to the aesthetic I wanted, which was a dark background with the pixel colors standing out. After finding the perfect combination of options, I used the same editing style for all my photographs in my project. Another production skill I had to enhance was paying attention to small details while taking photographs. I had to make sure to clean the surroundings so minimal editing or removing things would be done. An extra production skill I learned to balance was being flexible to change. It was necessary to delay the photographs of the pixel. I had to be open with that change. Question 4. How did you integrate technologies in this project? I integrated technologies into my product in many ways. By researching all the magazine topics I was interested in, I decided on what I wanted to make my project about. I made an online poll for my target audience to decide what they wanted from a Pixel magazine, and was able to use the results as a baseline for what I wanted to do with my project. I took all the photos for the project with my iPhone camera. I researched how to edit photographs to achieve the style that I wanted. I used that knowledge and was able to edit all the pictures to my liking. Another tool I used was a site named Canva. With that site, I was I was able to find the format to use on my magazine project. I used my experience with technology to put my project together. Everything was done using my MacBook and iPhone. Using multiple websites to teach myself something and to help me decide the way I wanted to do my magazine to end up based off other successful samples. One thing that made my project less difficult was using different software, and with that, made me learn more during this process. Thank you for listening to my creative critical reflection.